Welcome to my channel. My name is Luna Affinity and I'm an energy reader and channeler. Sit back, get cozy, and get ready for some readings. Hello everyone, how are you? Hey Amy, welcome in. How's everyone doing tonight? How's everyone feeling? Hopefully good. Let's do some free yes/no readings. Hello. Feeling tired. Yeah. I have a little bit more energy today than I have been feeling, but I don't know if that's just my mentality pushing through. Hey Anna Cat, I'm doing well, thank you for asking. All right. Well, Aniket received communication from Sanika by the end of this month, September. I have a yes, Aniket, Ace of Cups. Amy, has Nick thought of me intimately lately? Please show me a yes or a no for Amy. Has Nick thought of Amy intimately lately? We have a yes, the Strength card, very fiery energy, solar plexus, Sun, Leo energy. Aniket, you're welcome. If you all have a yes or no question you'd like to ask, feel free to do so now. We will be moving on to donations in a little bit. While you guys post your questions, I'm going to go get some lip balm and a drink, and I'll be back. Joan, will I get an actual client with Premier Medical Billing Academy? Will Joan get an actual client with Premier Medical Billing Academy? Oh, I'm getting a no, Joan. I'm getting a no. James, hello and welcome in. Thank you, James. You're welcome, Joan. Looks like we got 2 donations. James and someone with the initials M-I or M-L. I will update the donation list in just a second. Oh, Melody, thank you so much. I have you on my list. Amy donated. All right, so the list that I've got right now is James, then Melody, then Amy. James says, will Patty want to hang out with me this weekend? I'm getting a yes, Ace of Cups for you, James. Earth Angel. Is Michael holding out for me? Getting a no, the Hermit. Haley. Will I get the job on LinkedIn in September if I keep applying? Yes, 8 of Pentacles. Keep working at it. You're welcome, Haley. If you all have a yes or no question, make sure to ask now. The free list closes in about 5 minutes, and then we're moving on to donations. Hey, Satchendra. I'm doing well. Yes, the free list is open. I'm answering free yes, no. You're welcome, Earth Angel. Lizzie. Interesting, I'm getting a yes. I also think that you were not meant to be monogamous. And that's the T. Satchendra. Will Sindhuja contact Satchendra in the next 4 months? You're welcome, Lizzie. Satchendra, I am getting a yes. The Magician. You're welcome. Answering free yes, no for 2 more minutes. Then we are moving on to our free list. Currently, we have James, Melody, and Amy on that list. James, if you'd like to post, go for it. Love reading with Patty, option 2. How will things go next time we see each other? Okay. Alrighty, Rue. Let's see. I almost feel like this is meant for you. For some reason, that kept like popping out of the deck while I was reading your question. All right. Love reading for James and Patty. Love reading for James and Patty. Hey, beautiful love. My free list is done. Sorry you missed it, girl. Okay. You said number 2. Impressions. What are they showing and giving you? What are they showing you and giving you? So judgment often talks about wanting to clear the air, wanting to make amends, wanting to heal this connection. So I feel like it's possible that Patty has recently gained a new perspective on your relationship. Judgment talks a lot about like renewal and rebirth and starting over. So she could have this strong desire or longing to maybe reconnect and reshape the way your relationship currently is right now. She may offer some type of olive branch to you or some type of thing to kind of, I guess olive branch is the best word. It's just something to kind of extend peace, wave the white flag, to kind of just like say, hey, can we start over? I feel like when it comes to their thoughts, they think to themselves that the better the relationship, the more, or I guess the more patience and balance there is in the connection, the better the relationship is. I feel like maybe at times she was used to having strong temptation towards someone who she was pursuing, and she realized that that hasn't necessarily served her the best or benefited her the most. And so she's thinking about these things of like steady and consistent and patient. Those are virtues. Those are things that she's saying I'm looking for in a partner, not someone who's just like sexually tempted by me, or like me being extremely like overly lustful or attracted to them has never really served me because I've always been distracted. So I feel like she's thinking to herself, like, what is important in what I'm looking for with someone. I feel like with the 9 of Wands placement as their I'm sorry, I completely lost my train of thought. Their feelings. I feel like she's still feeling cautious and guarded. She's still wanting to preserve her feelings for you, which means that I don't think she's walking away from this or letting you go. Although I do feel, unfortunately, not much has changed here as far as her actions. I feel like the thoughts and the feelings run deep. The High Priestess talks about an air of mystery. Maybe she feels that you are mysterious as well, or maybe she's wanting to keep some mystery alive because that's exciting for her. I think that she tries to read you without actually communicating with you. She pays a lot of attention to you and notices like how you are towards her. So subtle changes make big differences to her. She notices every little detail in the way that you act with her. We have with the High Priestess things yet to be revealed, and that's under the intentions category or position. So I'm kind of getting that. I don't know. I just this connection is just so hard to read sometimes, James. Like most of the time, it flows really well, but lately I just feel either I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, unfortunately, or I don't know. I struggle with seeing her make big steps right now. Like I sense it. I sense that it's near. But every time we do an energy check-in, she's still here being very closed off, very guarded. She's still being watchful. She's still noticing you. She's still paying close attention to your every move. But yeah, her intentions just seem kind of clouded right now. High Priestess is like so mysterious. It's like not wanting to basically let you in on what's going on here. So are there any outside influences or blocks? Um, I think that when it comes to her character, she tends to live day by day. And a block could be the fact that she doesn't really think much about the future. She just thinks more about the moment that she's in and how to sustain her life moment to moment. And I think that before she realizes it, a year has gone by and she's in the exact same place that she was before. And I think that she struggles with this a little bit because she wants to be present, she wants to be in the moment, she knows there's value there. But because she doesn't have much foresight, because she doesn't really think too far ahead, she could live the Groundhog Day, same day over and over and over. Whereas other people's lives are moving forward, she can tend to stay in one place. And I think that does serve as a block because I think she doesn't realize until 6 months have gone by, or a year or 2 years, like how much she could have done, but she refuses to move. She stays stuck. And I think that's hard for this connection. The overall energy is the Page of Wands. So again, be present, march to the beat of your own drum, live day to day, minute by minute. And that's kind of where she's at, where I definitely feel like you are kind of more thinking about what's next or what's to come. Page of Wands is like excited and creative, and it may indicate that she is excited and curious about you, and she gets a bit excited about her feelings for you. I feel like this is very mixed energy, generally speaking, when it comes to like her not wanting to rush into things, her being guarded, her trying to figure you out without actually speaking directly to you. I think this is a very complicated and complex situation, but generally speaking, I feel as though I don't know. See, the thing is, James, is I feel like her feelings for you are very real. And I feel like, you know what I feel like? I feel like almost as if in order for something to happen between you guys, she has to feel a moment of spontaneity. I don't think she's going to think this in advance or think this through, because she's just a live moment to moment kind of person. So I think the only way you're going to feel this connection open up and progress is if she's having one of those random moments of impulsiveness where she just goes for it. And then suddenly you find that your whole relationship has changed within that one action. I find it hard to think, and maybe this is why it is kind of hard to see the future of the connection, because while I can channel her feelings for you, I can't channel her actions very well. All I can basically sense is how she's feeling right now. And it isn't until this reading that I'm realizing it's because she lives moment to moment. And she's not planning that far ahead. And if she is, it doesn't have to do with her love life. It has to do with her job or, her family or something along those lines. But when it comes to her love life, it's not like that. So yeah, James, that is what I have for you. Let's move on to your second question. That's exactly why I'm here on your lives, because it's confusing as fuck. Oh my goodness, my dear. I'm so sorry. Moonlight, hello, welcome in. Thank you for your donation. All right, awesome. I am going to update the donation list here in just a second. Bear with me, guys. How will things go the next time Patty and I see each other? How will things go the next time James and Patty see each other? The Devil. Ten of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. And Judgment. So I want to bring to your attention, James, this is the second reading I've done for you tonight. And this is the second time the Four of Wands has been the underlying energy. So I think that's where I was getting a little bit confused in the last reading, because I can clearly see that she is interested in something more with you, but why she's not doing anything about it is confusing. Sorry, I had to grab a drink. So they are saying that the next time you and Patty see each other, that this might be it, that her impulses will take over, that her following just like her urges and her spontaneity might take over. The Devil here indicates that actions may be influenced by desire. So I feel like for her, she might just act on impulse here. The Devil talks a lot about instant gratification. Hey, SB, that sounds great. I'll add you to the list. Talks about instant gratification, so she might just want to kind of just dive right in and go straight to the point. With you, I definitely feel like she tends to get overwhelmed and burdened really easily. And I think that, I don't know, maybe this is instant regret. Maybe you're feeling like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I kind of feel like she sometimes can like word vomit. I feel like generally she has a very good intention always to be a good person and to be polite and be respectful. I think sometimes she has the habit of just blurting things out and being very direct and saying what she means, which is interesting. And so she can tend to feel like she doesn't think through her actions or what she says sometimes. I feel like there is some type of offer being made here. I don't know if that's coming from your end or her end, but it feels like we're extending something. I want to say it's her end, because I remember feeling like in the last reading there was like an olive branch. And when I say hand you something, I don't mean like a tangible item. It could be, but I mean more like effort, energy extended your way. So her actions may involve expressing her emotion towards you, or even if she's not telling you how she feels about you, she might open up to you about her life, maybe to initiate a deeper connection with you and kind of test the waters a little bit. Again, you have the Judgment card coming through, which again talks about clearing the air. I feel like there's a lot of reflecting that would be done after that interaction to determine what changes she'd want to make based on this connection and basically how things go between the two of you. I feel like, I don't know. You know, now I'm starting to wonder if she's really tempted by you sexually. And because, like, initially I thought maybe it was just she was like, he's patient, he's kind, he's loyal. Maybe the intense attraction part could be confusing her a little bit. And she always signifies like temptation and lust and infatuation as something negative in a connection that you can't really build off of. And so maybe her attraction to you is she feels like I don't know, that could be confusing her. That could make her feel unsafe. She doesn't necessarily realize or understand yet at this point that you offer something more stable, something better. And that just because you have an intense attraction to someone doesn't mean that it's a bad connection, even though that's what she might be viewing this as. Interesting. Infinity, hello, how are you? Welcome in and thank you for the sub. All right, SB, I got your donation. Thank you. Let me update the list really quickly. Next up, we have Melody. Melody, if you're here, if you can check in with me, please. Is Melody here? Infinity, since you're new to my channel, if you would like, I can do a free yes or no reading for you. So just let me know if you have a yes or no question you'd like answered. Go ahead and post your question, Infinity. Queen V, welcome back. I wish that I could do that, but I have a long list of donations right now and our free list closed. The only reason I'm answering for Infinity is because they're new here tonight. I do apologize about that. Infinity says, is this Leo my lifelong partner? Is this Leo a lifelong partner? Thanks, Queen Bee. It's good to see you. Infinity, I have a yes, but maybe as a friend. I don't know if this is like a romantic connection. It could be. This could be a really good, lasting, enduring partnership with this person. Typically, the Three of Pentacles has to do with platonic connections in partnerships, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's not a romantic one. Regardless, I do see this person in your life for the long run. Melody, if you're here, if you could please check in with me. It is your turn. After Melody, we have Amy. After Amy, we have Moonlight. And then SB after that. You're welcome, Infinity. All right, we are waiting on Melody to check in. We'll give her another minute or two. I'm going to send her a message on PayPal and let her know that we're ready for her, just so that way she can hop back in. I'm here, by the way. Luna went to eat. Oh, no worries. If you guys want to know where you are on the list, you can take a look at the screen. If you guys have to step out, you can leave your question with me. Hey, Paula, welcome in. Remember that if you donate, that's it. That's donations for good. I do not do refunds. If for whatever reason you have to go due to an emergency, I can redeem your reading via email, or you can wait till the next time I go live, but I do not do refunds. So if you want to guarantee your reading is done during my live stream, my best suggestion is to leave your question with me and we will timestamp your reading. Hey, Melody, welcome in. How are you doing? We are ready for your question, Melody. Paula just donated. Girl, thank you so much. Paula, I will add you to the list. You will be after SB. If you want to take a look at the list we've got going, just scroll up a little bit and you'll see it in the chat. And I will add you to that list shortly, okay? Yes, Melanie, I'm doing really good. Thank you for asking. All right, Melody says, love reading for me and Azam. So Melody, you donated for a in-depth reading. Are we doing an in-depth for you, or do you prefer to do too many readings? How many questions do you have for us tonight? You're welcome, Paula. All right, Spirit, this is a love reading for Melody and Azam, please. Or Azam. What is going on, Melody and Azam? Interesting. Okay. There's a lot going on here in this reading, Melody. I have like current feelings for you. I feel like they're good. I feel like he's saying I want to be more than friends, or I want to take this further. So he's essentially not satisfied with where you guys are at right now. He wants to move this along, move this forward. So he might say, "Hey, Katie, thank you so much." He might say to you, "I'll add you to the list, Katie." That he wants to be more than friends. You might have heard him say that. If you guys are more than friends, he is kind of like preparing himself to take things even further with you. The Four of Wands a lot of times talks about like taking things to the next level, and I feel here with this Three of Pentacles, it kind of gives that like you guys have outgrown this stage of your relationship and it's time to move forward. He wants like some more momentum. You're welcome, Katie. Let's see. I think he's kind of over like the singledom. I think he is ready for a relationship in all honesty, which is interesting. He says, "I'm here. I want to be consistent for you. I want to show up for you. I want to give back to you. I want to be there for you." And I do feel like this is all of his own volition. Like, I feel like this is something he actually eagerly wants to do. I think he's just ready for the phase of the connection that you're in right now to change. He wants something more with you. I think that he's curious about you. So if you guys are not communicating right now, he's like wondering about you. He's wondering how you're doing, what you're up to. Oh, you were dating, but he broke up because he said, wait, hold on. I think I messed up. We were dating, but he broke up with me because I was seeing other guys. So we decided to just be best friends. I told him recently I want to get engaged. He said he doesn't want to rush things and is still getting to know me. I think he just doesn't want to get his heart broken, honestly, Melody. I think that he felt a little bit deflated before when those things happened between you. But again, he's saying, I want to be more than friends. He's saying, I want to take this, I don't want to be here anymore. So I find it very interesting that you guys are actually at the friends level right now. And he's over here saying, I want to take things further. So I feel like you can use that as confirmation that he does want more with you. He is not happy with how things have been, but I think that he might be a little bit scared. Maybe not enough to completely stop him, but like he is a little bit nervous that you could hurt him, so he might just be wanting to take things slow just for the sake of his own mental well-being and peace of mind. But I think that generally his end goal is to be with you. He wants to be with you. If you have any questions about this reading, Melody, just let me know. After Melody, we have Amy. So if Amy, you'd like to post your question, you're more than welcome to get that going for me. Do you think we will get engaged or more in a relationship? Let's see. I think that you both want it, so I don't see why not, but let's see what the cards say. Amy, if you're here, you can post your question. Let me know what we're doing for you. Do you think that Melody will get engaged? what was his name? Azam? Yeah. Do you think that they'll get engaged, Spirit? Please show me a yes or a no for Melody. I am getting a yes. The sun, the sun often talks about hope, positivity, happiness, success, achievement, accomplishment, fun, joy, bliss. So that feels really good to me. It's a lot of like solar energy here in this card. And this is a yes for me. So I do feel like you guys could get to that point. Obviously, don't rush him. Cut the deck and I got the world again. Don't rush him, but I feel like that will come for you. You're welcome. Absolutely. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you back here again, Melody. Amy, if you're here, please check in with me. Thank you, Melody. Currently on Amy. After Amy, we have Moonlight, then SB, then Paula, then Katie. Amy, if you're here, please check in. We're ready for your question. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Amy. Six message cards from Nick. You got it. Alrighty. We shall see, Amy. All right, six message cards from Nick, please, to Amy. From Nick to Amy. What does Nick want to say to Amy? Of course. I regret lying to you. So, I think that was almost like a lie of omission rather than a lie. So you know how like there's lies when someone tells you something that's just false, but then there's also lies where someone doesn't tell you something, lie of omission. So I do feel like maybe he regrets not giving you the full story, the full facts, fully telling you everything, maybe fully letting you know his feelings. Maybe he feels like he should have been more direct with you. He should have told you what his worries were, his fears, his concerns. Maybe he should have told you the depth and the scope of his feelings for you, and he regrets not communicating that with you. He's saying, I see life differently now. See life differently now. I find you so attractive. I am grateful for the spiritual lesson. I do feel like his heart chakra is opening up quite a bit, Amy, right now during this time. I want you so badly. Zang. We also have, it's time for me to heal now. At the bottom of the deck, he says, I can feel the sexual tension. So I do feel as though, for some reason, because initially when I pulled the I Want You So Badly card, I had it underneath the amethyst. And so I'm also wondering if like there's times where you're getting like really sexually charged, if you know what I mean. If maybe that's him trying to like tap into your psyche at all, that would be interesting. But I feel like he is still extremely attracted to you. I find you so attractive. I want you so badly. I feel the sexual tension. So it's definitely there for him right now. Moonlight, are you here? Moonlight, if you're here, if you can please post your question in the chat. Uh-oh. You're welcome, Amy. Thanks so much for your donation. Moonlight says, what are my friend A's Scorpio's intentions with me? He's very flirty lately, but we can't be together. He's dealing with others. I don't want to lose the friendship. All right. What are Scorpio's intentions with Moonlight? What are A's intentions with Moonlight? Eight of Swords. Four of Cups. 10 of Swords. Judgment. Oh my God. And heartbreak with the Knight of Cups at the same time. Jeez Louise. This is confusing. What a mess. What a mess. Okay, well, first of all, the underlying energy is Two of Pentacles. So I feel like he's trying to sort his shit out. Like, I feel like he is trying to figure this out. How he feels for you, weighing pros and cons. I think he is trying to basically like navigate through this as best as possible. Oh shit, my computer's about to die, so give me 1 second. I gotta get my charger. Thank you. All right, we're all plugged in. No worries, no worries. Okay, so Jesus Christ. I feel like he is basically saying I need more time. I need more time to discover what I want. The Page of Swords is kind of like the student, you know, they're inquisitive, they're interested, but they want to learn as much as possible to make the best decision or to gather as much information as possible. And so for him, I think he's kind of like not ready to make a decision. Now, if you make the decision for him, that will be easier for him. He'll just say, okay, it is what it is. God, I almost feel like he's struggling a bit here. With the Three of Swords and the Knight of Cups is like, He's either, I don't know. Like, I'm just wondering if like he even realizes that you have feelings for him. Because this almost feels like I could put myself out there and risk getting my heart broken. Or it could be the best thing that I ever did. It's kind of the energy here. I feel like he has like hesitation when it comes to you. Maybe like you said, because he doesn't want to lose the friendship, but oh my gosh. So this might suggest that he feels somewhat unfulfilled or unsatisfied, discontented in this situation that he's in with you right now. So this would indicate that he's looking for something to change. The Ten of Swords typically indicates an ending or needing something to come to an end. So maybe him feeling like maybe he senses that you might be ending things. But I feel like for him, what this card would mean for him is that he wants to make a change in this connection. He wants something to be different here. The Judgment almost calls for forgiveness and asking for your understanding. There's a lot of restriction in here and like dissatisfaction or discontentment. I feel like almost like what Spirit is saying, Moonlight, is like it's important that you, or maybe even essential, like it might even be pivotal for you to have a conversation with him. It's not necessary for you to, like, he's a stop flirting. It's not necessary for you to walk away before you have all the answers. You need to gather more information. Don't walk away 100% until you know. But it's definitely essential to have open and honest communication with him to better understand his intentions here or address any concerns that you have. I almost feel like I would hate to see you walk away from any part of this without having the full tea, like to have the full information. Like, I almost feel like if you're willing to walk away from the friendship, then you might as well stick your neck out there a little bit and see if he's even interested in you in that way, which I'm trying to understand if this is unrequited love or if this is from him to you, or if he's worried that you would have unrequited feelings for him. This is interesting. I have been rejecting his advances a bit because I was confused. Yes, we will have a conversation. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I'm gathering, Moonlight, is just important for you to kind of put it out there. And, you can even put it on him a little bit. You can be like, hey, like, this might just be in your nature. I'm not sure, but I have been noticing you being a little more flirty lately. And I just want to know if that means something more to you. And just leave it at that. Put it on him. Let it seem like this isn't coming necessarily from you. This is coming from him, and see what his response is. And if his response is, well, I am being a little bit flirty because I like flirting with you, then you could say, well, I am open to that, but I would like to know where your head is at as far as like, are you interested in me in that way? And you can kind of just like, ask some questions. I think it's important to have that communication. And unit, oh my God, where have you been? Hello, hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. So Moonlight, that is what I've got for you. I do hope this helped you in some way, or at least gave you confirmation on kind of how you were feeling. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. We are going to move on to SB. SB, if you're in here, can you please check in with me? You're welcome, Moonlight. Have a great night. I hope we see you back here again. struggling, but I've learned a lot and made some good friends. Hope you're well. And Unit, I am sorry to hear about the struggling. I am happy that you've been learning and making good friends, and that's really important. I'm doing well. I have just been incredibly busy every single day, trying to get at least 6 or 7 hours of sleep at night, and just the hustle and planning our wedding, which will be in a month and a half, roughly, which is crazy to me to say that out loud, but yeah, things have been going well. Hi, PG. Welcome in. How are you today? I went ahead and posted the donation list in the chat. I updated it, so if you guys are wondering where you are on the list, you can take a look. Thank you, Unit. I've been telling everybody that has been asking, I am waiting for final edits from my photographer from our engagement session. And once I have those, I'll post a couple of them for you guys to see. All right, SB says, nighty, stop by soon and get a reading back to sleep. I go, okay, and Unit, good night. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your sleep. Sleep tight. SB, would Johnny the Capricorn be open to rekindling our romance if he found out I was moving back near him for work? All right, let's see. In depth for SB. Oh, thank you. That's so kind. I appreciate that. Thanks, SB. Would Johnny be open to rekindling the romance if he found out she was moving back? Would he be open? Would he be open? Interesting. Would he be open? All right. Overall, SB, I am getting a yes. Overall. Would he be cautious? Probably, I think only because he would want to make sure this is something you plan to stick around for. Sometimes with our careers that we have, we can tend to bounce around, and I think that he would be interested in more insight on, like, will this be something that is kind of long term, or is there a possibility of you moving again? I generally feel like he's not super into long distance. I kind of picking that up with the Two of Wands. It's not necessarily his thing to want to long after someone who he can't see whenever he wants to, outside of responsibilities. Always has been material to me, distance sucked. Oh, okay, so we ended it. Okay, yeah, so he definitely is not wanting to do that again. So he's going to come into it slightly cautious, and he's going to say, hey, I'm going to need more information on this. Like, do you have a contract? Is this like a 1 year, 2 year, 3 year thing? Is there a possibility of us starting something up and then you having to get like relocated? Do you plan to stay here? What if a job opportunity opened up and it was like a dream thing for you? Would you move if we had like you know, solidified a connection. I think honestly he'd want more information, but I think generally overall he is open to this. He's coming through a little bit guarded. I'm kind of getting that here, where he's okay. I feel like he's okay with daily challenges, but I don't think that he wants to add to it or complicate his life unnecessarily. And so he's not afraid of a challenge, but he is like, why start in the negative? Why start in, you know, in a discrepancy? Why start like off already on an impossible foot, kind of? I feel like with the Queen of Cups, he looks to you as someone who he's comfortable with and someone who he can really develop something serious with. The Four of Wands can indicate like being open to a commitment or being open to a relationship. I just don't think I think he's like worried about his whole world just crashing around him. So I think it would take like a big promise from you, SB. Like it would take a lot of commitment in the beginning from you to basically say like, you have my word, this would not happen. You know, and you know, like essentially, like I think what he would hope for is that you wouldn't have the potential to relocate for 3 to 5 years if he were to start something up with you. And then at that point, when you guys have been together for a long time, it's a decision that you guys can make together. But I think he also would feel a little bit awkward asking you to commit so strongly in the beginning, when even though you guys have history, that's a lot to ask somebody when you first start dating. So it's just kind of difficult. I don't know. Like, I do feel like this is a yes, SB, if it was just about you and no one else and nothing else. And like, yeah, I feel like it really does have a lot to do with like the possibility of you relocating. That becomes a problem for him. Then things got hard. My son's father lives there, so I thought about going back. Yeah, I mean, if you're okay getting planted somewhere, getting rooted somewhere, I think would be open to that. But he has questions. That's all I have to say. He has questions. Aw, thank you, SB. I appreciate that. That makes me happy that I'm channeling this energy correctly. Whenever you're ready, you can post your next question, okay? After SB, we have Paula. Paula, if you're here, you can check in with me. All right, next question for SB, in depth. How does he feel and think about me? How does Johnny think and feel about SB? So currently he feels like he's lost you. He feels like this is like an impossible thing that probably won't happen. And so I feel like he's feeling kind of sad about that. I think if he doesn't know that you might be moving back, I think this would be a complete surprise to him and very like happy surprise. I think he'd be happy about that because right now he kind of views you as someone that he lost and like that it's essentially like a, what do you call it? The one that got away. Like he kind of feels, I don't know, like it stopped before it started. So it's very interesting because I haven't pulled this deck out in a while, and I think I just started using it tonight a lot more in readings. And this card right here, Ten of Wands, indicates the overburdens and sacrifices that we make. And I always view her because she's like traveling, she has luggage, she's like going on a journey. And so for him, I think that he's wondering, where you are, what you're doing, how long you plan to be so far away. And maybe he has like these wishes or hopes or fantasies that you will travel back to see him. I do feel like he's thought to himself many times that you're someone he has to let go of, even though I don't think he's fully let go. I think that he feels like he needs to, or he's been in a place where he felt like he needed to. Yeah, it's crazy. I was in Germany. He stopped by to visit family, but lives in Dubai. Oh, wow. Then when he came to visit again, I had to leave back to California. So he just always views you as like this person that's just always on the go. I'm getting, and he's showing here, this is actually kind of sad and like makes me a little teary because he says she's always walking away from me. She's always got her back turned and she's walking the other direction. When is she ever going to walk towards me? Is kind of how I'm hearing it. I feel like he feels like you guys have different goals in life, and while you guys are so much on the same page, you're both very mature, you're both very like intelligent, good head on your shoulders. Like he feels like you guys would make a great match, and I think you do too. I still feel like he wonders, like, are we the most perfect match though? Like, do we really all like want the same things? Do our lives make sense together? Queen bee, yeah. So as long as your friend subscribes, then you can get your free reading. Absolutely. In order for them to redeem their free reading, they would have to show up here today though. Okay, so they'd have to come on in tonight to redeem that. And that's how I feel about him. We're a lot alike. He puts me in my feminine. I'm a Virgo. Interesting. Yeah, so he is very like curious about how your lives fit together. He views you as the queen, maybe you view him as the king. He values you. He feels like you are amazing in your career and also as a mother. And wait, you said you have a son, right? I feel like for him, because this is like the mother card, I think you said you have a son. Okay, SB, that sounds good. I do so masculine, yeah. Just subscribe, waiting for 5 minutes to pass the comment. Yeah, that's totally fine. Absolutely. Thanks, Queen Bee. You're more than welcome to post your question that you have anytime, Queen Bee, and I will answer it for you. And then your friend can get a free yes, no. I wanted to thank you both for the referral and the sub. SB says, thanks, Luna. All right, Sarah, SB. So I got your other donation. You said a love spread and $6 messages. Okay. So SB, I can only do 3 readings in a row. Are you okay with me putting you at the end of the list to come back to that donation, or how do you want to do this? I want to move there because I want to work on my career. I have people there that will help, but Johnny is a big plus if it works. Aww. Have you thought about maybe asking him? Like, maybe that's a lot of pressure, but I don't know. You could always open up the dialogue and see what he has to say, SB. Okay, SB, that sounds good. So thank you for this so far. I will be back around to get the rest of your readings done very shortly, okay? All right, next up we have Paula. Did Paula check in with me? Paula, if you're here, you can post your question. Okay, SB, that sounds great. All right, so Queen Bee did a referral for me. Thank you, Queen Bee. She invited a friend, so she gets a free micro reading. She says, what are my angels trying to tell me? I have a heavy feeling since quite some time. Thanks. Is something coming towards me? What angels, what are you trying to tell Queen Bee? A heavy feeling. That doesn't sound good. What are you trying to tell Queen Bee? Interesting. Laura, times of heightened emotions and sensitivity call for extra self-care and gentleness. Spirit, what are you trying to tell Queen Bee? Sun. 8 of Swords. I feel like Queen Bee, this is interesting because I don't really offer like medical readings or advice, but I am getting that like your hormones are fluctuating a lot right now. I don't know if there's like preparation for a child coming in, or what this is. Maybe you're having like, this is interesting. Times of heightened emotions and sensitivity. It doesn't feel bad. I want to say it does not feel bad. It might feel heavy, but I don't think it's negative. So Spirit is saying unnecessarily worrying, release the burden of worries. I'm thinking of having a child next year. I feel like there might be a child coming in for you. That's what I'm getting. I feel almost like with the heightened emotions and sensitivity, it's almost like your body is in preparation mode for a child to come in. I would not be surprised if you start having, constant anxiety. Well, I do know that as a collective, we are shifting and our bodies are feeling a lot of anxiety. I personally can attest to that I will get like palpitations and I will feel like very on edge. Interestingly enough, especially after waking up, I feel like extremely like my heart is racing kind of thing, and I wonder if that's because I just like visited the astral realm and my body is trying to come back to center after the fact. Like I will go sick as I had several operations and I'm scared. Queen Bee, I do not feel in my heart or intuitively that there is anything bad to worry about here. You have citrine, which is this crystal right here. Citrine. It says you're unnecessarily worrying. Release the burden of worries by giving them to God for healing and solutions. I don't want you to fear. I don't want you to worry. I see here with the Eight of Swords, this can talk a lot about feeling restricted, feeling anxious, feeling worried, feeling like your hands are tied. You could also be going through a period of feeling powerless or out of control and feeling like, you know, things are happening to you, but you're not able to really make things go a certain way that you would hope or want. And almost Spirit is saying like it's time to surrender. The main message I'm getting from this reading, I'm not sure how it correlates with what you're experiencing on a personal level, but I am getting that hormones are fluctuating a lot for you right now. I think it's important that you, I think it's important that you maybe, possibly, Queen Bee, do with this what you will, but maybe get some blood work and just see if you're deficient in anything or if there's anything that your labs can tell you, because the main thing I'm getting is hormone fluctuations. And again, if nothing is wrong with you medically speaking, which I don't think there's anything wrong, don't get me wrong. I think it's more like you might need supplements, you might need a multivitamin, or you might need to up your vitamin D or something like that. But if all of your labs come back within normal limits, I do think that it's important that you know that maybe your body is just preparing you for a child, and that anxiety that you're feeling is like you living in the future. And not really focusing on the present. So do some breathing exercises, do some self-care, please. Try to balance those energies that you're feeling really anxious about. Put them back into the earth. Thanks, Luna. You have no idea how much you helped me today. God bless you. And I'm getting you more referrals because you deserve it. Queen Bee, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I just moved to the United States and it's so different than my country. Yes, Queen Bee. It is different over here, and I can say that, and I've never even been out of the country. This place is interesting. So maybe too, it's kind of hard because you're in that transitional period, you know. Just need to give yourself some grace, give yourself some time to adjust. You're welcome, Queen Bee. Paula, if you're here, we are waiting on you. If you can check in with me, please. Survival of the fittest. I know it. Queen Bee, whoever your friend is, just let them know they can ask their question. Queen Bee, who did you refer to me? Paula, if you're here, if you can check in with me, please. Oh, hey. Oh, Ankita, you are Queen Bee's husband. If you have a yes or no question you'd like to ask, just let me know what it is, and I will see what the answer is for you. Hey, Ray, welcome in. How are you doing? Remember, if you guys donate and you're not able to hang around, leave your question with me to ensure that your question is answered tonight. Otherwise, you'll have to wait to redeem your reading until the next live stream. Will the year end on a good note in terms of work? Ash K, and you're a Leo. Okay, perfect. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for subscribing. I want you guys to know, if you're new here, I offer free yes nos every time I go live, unless otherwise indicated. The only catch is that you have to get here early. As long as you're here within the first 15 minutes of my live streams, you will get a free reading, whether you've been here before or not. So make sure you stay subscribed and come back for more free readings. All right, this is for Ash K Spirit. Will the year end on a good note in terms of work, please? Will the year end on good note in terms of work? I am getting a yes. Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is almost like a student, someone who's learning or someone who's in training or is training other people. They're full of knowledge. They have a lot of information. I feel like the end of the year is going to end on a really good note, especially in terms of your intelligence and your what you bring to the table as far as your intellect goes. This could also indicate good financial decisions that you're making and good decisions within your job as well that you're making. Page of Swords is one who's eager to learn, eager to prove themselves. And overall, this is just a really good card. So Ash K, that is what I have for you. Thank you for your subscription. I appreciate it. Hope we see you back here again soon. Last call for Paula, and then we do need to move on. After Paula, we have Katie. So Katie, if you're here, if you want to check in with me, please. You're welcome. Katie, if you're here, if you can please check in with me. All right. We're gonna do a final call. Okay, Katie, thank you so much for checking in. Katie, if you can leave your question with me and we will work on that in just a second. Okay, Katie, that's fine. I'm just ready for your question whenever you are ready to post. All right, Katie, and we're doing an in-depth for you, is that correct? All right. Jordan and I talked after everything we said. It feels like the end. I guess, want to confirm that this is the end. We are going to move on. Okay. All right. Spirit, is this confirmation? Oh, no, that's okay, Katie. It wasn't just you. There was multiple people, so it's totally fine. All right. So Spirit, can you please confirm, is this the end for Jordan and Katie officially? Is this the end for Jordan and Katie officially? All right, so I asked if there's any chance of getting back together, and I did get a no. All the rest of the cards are yeses for me, but when I specifically asked, will you be getting back together, I did get a no. And then I initially asked, is it the end? And I am getting a bunch of yeses. I feel like Spirit wants you to know that you tried really hard in this connection. You gave it your all. And there's something here to be proud of. And I think that it's important that you do pat yourself on the back for not leaving anything on the table. I feel like you gave it your best shot. You gave it everything that you had. And that is not a bad quality at all. Yeah, you did try. You did try very hard. And I feel like Spirit's like commending you. Like, I know that you're sad about the outcome, but they also are just like, but look at what you did though. Look at how selflessly and unconditionally you gave yourself to someone else, and you considered someone else. And they're like, that was such a beautiful thing to witness. That was such a beautiful thing that you did. You put so much of yourself into this. And Spirit is like, that may be your lesson, that you have so much and your well run so deep that you're able to like give so much of yourself to someone. And when the right person comes along for you, that's going to be so appreciated. You have obvious differences, and they run deep and they're to the core of yourself. And I completely understand being with someone who doesn't have the same beliefs as you, and that's a really hard thing to move past. And I completely get that. You guys had a love story that was unique and to your own, and no one else can take that from you. That's always there. That's always going to be your memory. And I think that there's still so much to be celebrated about this connection, even though it appears that there's no resolution, that there's no reconciliation. It still feels like to me that there is a lot to be celebrated because of the type of person that you were in this connection, everything you went through, everything you've grown into, and also for him as well. And the fact that no one else in the world can say that they had this connection with him the way that you did. And I think that that's also something to take away. You know, sometimes people are meant to be in our lives for a short time, sometimes it's meant to last. And maybe this is just one of those times where it wasn't meant to last. But there's so much good that was done through this connection. And I think that's important that you keep that with you as you move forward. So to answer your question, I do feel like it's officially done. I don't feel like there's any coming back from this right now. And I'm saying right now because I don't speak in absolutes. But if I was supposed to speak in absolutes and I felt confident speaking in absolutes, I would say that this is pretty much a done deal. So yeah, Katie though, but what questions do you have for me that maybe I can look into for you about this? Are you saying, do you want to know, will he go on the retreat in October? Is that what you're asking? All right, Spirit, will he go on the silent retreat in October to figure out who he is and what he wants? Oh, okay. You're saying you want to know, will this change anything? No, he will for sure. Okay. So Spirit, he is going on a silent retreat in October to figure out who he is and what he wants. Will this change anything between them? Will this change anything between Katie and Jordan? Does this have the potential to change the outcome that they're currently finding themselves in? Please show me a yes or a no. This does have the potential to change the outcome that you're currently in right now. I am getting a yes. Does have the potential there. I do feel like this is on him, unfortunately. I don't think this is up to you anymore. But I am getting a yes, that there is the potential there for something to shift. so he will come to all conclusions himself. Yes, Katie, this is not, unfortunately, you will not be a part of this process for him. This is something that he's going to come to terms with and decide for himself, and then invite you if he decides to partake in, you know. So, for instance, let's just say he goes on this retreat and he says, you know what, I'm having a new outlook on my connection with Katie. So I'm going to make this decision to reach out to her and invite her into the conversation to see if maybe there's other ways that we can go about this connection. Then at that point, you will have a choice. But I think ultimately, first and foremost, and bottom line, this is his decision. And you will just have to be on standby to decide if this is something you want to participate in, should the invitation come to you. So we are waiting on Paula and SB to check in. Yeah, okay, I just have to accept what it is now. Yeah, Katie, that's exactly it. You're welcome, Katie. Thank you so much. Hey, Sarah, thanks for coming in. Okay, so I have your donations. I just want to confirm that the love spread is for you and Johnny. Is that right? All right, perfect. All right. SB, I'm just going to throw this on the screen for you, okay? All right, Spirit, how does Johnny feel? What's his true intentions? What does he want? Please give me some insight. Johnny and SB, please. Johnny and SB. Johnny and SB. Oh my gosh. Okay, so how he feels about you, we have the Two of Pentacles. This talks about him feeling like he could take it or leave it, but he'd rather take it. I think when it comes to you, he knows that this, or I guess I wouldn't say he knows, but he feels this deep conviction that he's lost his chance with you, and like this is just not going to be a thing ever again. With the Two of Pentacles, it does show that he's toying with the idea of, well, I'm still going to leave that door open. Maybe, well, maybe not a door, maybe a window. I'm going to leave that option open. That will always be on the table for me. I can't remember like what TV show it was, but someone had said when it comes to us, things are never off the table. What show is that from? Okay, Friends. It's from Friends. I had a feeling it was from Friends. But she says it's never off the table. So I feel like that is the case with you guys, and that is how he feels. I feel like what you don't realize is that he is the star. So he's wishing on a shooting star for the possibility of you coming into his life again. I feel like you are looking for answers. You want to know for sure what the heck is going on. How will he receive this information? Will he be about it? Will he be for it? And I feel like what he wants at a minimum is a connection with you. I feel like if you guys, I don't know, maybe you guys don't really communicate as much anymore or something, but he's sitting here going like, I still want her in my life. Like, I just hate that, we can't do anything about it, but I don't want her to feel like it's all or nothing. I think for him, at a minimum, he's saying, I want us to work together on this. Still want her to be a part of things, even if it might be hard. We have what brings you together as the King of Wands, and what pulls you apart as the Page of Wands. So interesting. So you guys have, or maybe it's you specifically, SP, like a wanderer's heart. The Page of Wands has wanderlust, marches to the beat of their own drum, does whatever the heck they want. This is the energy of, I don't care who judges me or who thinks this is crazy, I'm going to do it anyways. And for him, he's looking for more stability and connection. Where you guys have strengths at is your compassion, your passion, and your attraction for one another, as well as your maturity. I think that the weakness generally is that you don't stay planted in one place for too long, and I think that that does affect the connection. That's pretty obvious, but it's important to say. In regards to the energy around the connection, we have the Ace of Wands. Again, passion, compassion, attraction, lust, sexual chemistry, intense, like sexual tension. Like there's a lot here with this person, and this person feels like, and you do, that you guys are just, I don't know, y'all turn each other on, and mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, whatever the fuck, you just do it for each other. Give me 1 second. In regards to what's hidden, we have the Chariot. In regards to the relationship be successful, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So I think that you guys can get on the same page, and I don't think you know that. I think he feels like you're completely living different worlds. You might as well be on different planets. And I think for you, you're thinking to yourself, like, we will never get on the same page because my past experience dictates that we never were on the same page. We always had like something going against us, and that feels like that's how it's going to be. What's hidden is that if you guys put your noggins together, put your heads together, you guys can actually make something of this, as so long as you're willing to work together on it. Eight of Pentacles, for will a relationship be successful? I have yes, it will be work. It is going to require some encouragement, some validation, some affirmation, maybe some reassurance. It is going to require those things, but it is possible. SB, let me know if you have any questions on that. Yeah, it's pretty intense for sure. It reminds me of Beast and Beauty and the Beast, and I don't know why that was great. Oh, SB, Beast and Beauty and the Beast. I will say Beauty and the Beast is probably one of my favorite movies. That, and I really like Little Mermaid. But Beauty and the Beast always stuck with me. I don't know, there was like a lesson in there that's like, I don't know, the love story was just so grand in my opinion, and for a Disney movie, but to me as a little kid looking at that, I was like, that's what love is. Love is unconditional, and love is loving someone no matter what they look like. And I don't know, I just always loved that story. And so yeah, that sticks with me. All right, messages from him. I have a Capricorn rising, have Taurus moon, whose Cap was Scorpio. I don't know where the need to be on the go comes from. What's your sun sign? Are you fire or air? I do feel like Capricorns can tend to have that go, go, go energy though. The wanderlust part, I'm not quite sure where that fits in, but the Capricorn, the need to kind of forge your own path is very Capricorn energy. Messages from Johnny, please, to SB. Messages from Johnny to SB. Did one just flip over? Okay. I feel so happy with you. I don't want to know. So that card always tells me that if you're better off without him or you're happier without him, he doesn't want to know. He doesn't want to know who you're talking to. He doesn't want to know who you're dating. He's saying if you're out there, like, doing whatever you're doing, like, I just would prefer not to know about it. I think that comes with a twinge of jealousy, maybe. He says, I admire you. So that's kind of sweet because that does make me feel like regardless of the fact that what he admires about you keeps you from him, he still admires it. I am so attracted to you. Messages from Johnny to SB. Halda, if you're in here, please check in with me. Oh, that's so sweet. He says, I miss hearing your voice. I think this goes hand in hand with just like, I miss talking to you. I miss seeing you. I miss being in your company. I miss being around you. But maybe your voice means something more to him. Maybe, everyone's voice has a certain energy signature and we recognize it. It's like one of the first things we recognize about someone is their voice. We can be in a crowded room of someone, but if someone is speaking in the certain tone that we're familiar with, we can spot them anywhere. And I personally believe voice has its own resonance. And so when someone recognizes with how you speak or how you talk or says like, I love your voice, or I love the way that you talk, or your voice feels so familiar to me, that's such a compliment. And so it's very possible that he just like really resonates with the way that you sound. And that could be one thing that he just really misses. We bonded because what my son's father did to my son, his dad did to him, both at around 6 months old. Oh my God, SB, that doesn't sound good at all. Wow, SB, I feel like I should say I'm sorry about that. Paula, hey, welcome in. I'll be right with you, girl. He says, I saved your text in messages. Oh, gosh, yeah. I was like shaking baby syndrome. Like, I was like thinking the worst. I see. Got you. So like that abandonment wound. Oh, SB. He says, I am starting to understand our connection. That's the underlying energy here. No, that's okay. I mean, regardless though, that's not okay, so it is something to be sorry about. All right, next question for SB. We have a mini reading. Okay. SB, for your mini reading, is it okay if I ask your question out loud? We'll see Aries and I co-parenting improve. With him being more involved. All right, let's take a look here. Oh, wow. Okay. I like to see that first out. Ace of Cups. Interesting. Okay. Shit. Okay. I'm kind of like backtracking here. So SB, I was very excited to see this card come out first, but I almost feel like it's misleading. And I do feel like you are don't get your hopes up. That's all I have to say. Don't get your hopes up about this. If you see micro changes in him or even major changes in him, do not I guess, put all of your eggs in that basket or get your hopes up. Spirit is saying that these changes could come in, but they may not last. It doesn't mean that it's not with good intention or genuine intention, but I feel like his issue is consistency. His issue is not being able to maintain the, I guess, bar that you have set, or him to be able to maintain the promises that he's kept. He has a hard time with follow through. And so Spirit is saying don't get your hopes up entirely, because even though you might witness some changes, they will be inconsistent. So just kind of like observe, be a bystander to this agreement. But don't necessarily think that just because he does this for a month straight, that this is going to be forever. I think for him, he just has a really hard time with consistency and follow through. It does suck. It really does. SB, yes, you can absolutely donate for one more. I'm going to move on to Paula, though, because I did 3 readings for you. So if it's okay with you, I am going to put you back to the end of the list. But technically, that means you're next, because I don't have anyone else waiting. Okay, perfect. All right, so Paula, if you're here, do you want to check in with me so I know whether or not I need to timestamp your reading? Oh my goodness. Paula, we're about to shuffle for you, love. If you're here, can you check in with me? I just want to make sure that I don't need to timestamp your reading. Yay, welcome in, welcome in. Okay, what does Spirit advise me in love for the month of December? SB, I got your donation. What does Spirit advise Paula in love for the month of December? All right, so the first thing they're saying, Paula, is do not run away from love. Do not run away from something good out of fear or that you are scared. There's a lot to learn within your connections that you will be making from now until the end of the year. And Spirit is saying do not run away from these things. They're also saying that you can build a relationship from one that you perceive to be broken, or if you feel like there are problems in a connection that you have or that you will have, Spirit is saying that you guys can come back from this. They're saying, I don't know if you like heard the expression, but basically if you break a glass and you glue it back together, they're saying that there's like a saying in another language or another culture, and it's saying that the more broken you are, the more cracks that light can shine through. And so Spirit is saying that if something feels like you've been through a lot, or that you have a lot of history with someone and you don't know if it's something that you can come back from, they're saying to not fully give up on this, because there is the ability to overcome. There is enlightenment here. There is transformation happening within this connection. The tower here usually indicates chaos and destruction and upheaval. But if you see here, there's magic happening in this picture. There's butterflies, and that talks about transformation, metamorphosis. So things coming out of maybe a hardship, but coming back stronger. Do you know that expression where it's like, yeah, we've been through that, but we came out of that even stronger than before. So it's almost like bonding you or building you up together. So Spirit is saying, just don't run away and out of fear. Do not allow maybe the possible feeling of heartbreak or anything like that stop you. And if you feel like there's a connection or a relationship that maybe you've been through a lot together, but you feel like is worth it, it's definitely worth another shot, because something better can come from it, and you can be in even more alignment and have even more and better understanding within these love connections. Did you have any questions about that, Paula? Paula, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you so much for your donation, my love. I'm sorry you had to wait so long to get your reading. Usually I'm quicker than that, and you know it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and move on to SB. SB made a donation for an in-depth reading, I believe. So SB, whenever you're ready, just go ahead and post. Is this about someone from the past? Is this about someone from the past? Paula wants to know, please. Is this about someone from her past? Is this advice about someone from her past? Yes. 10 of Pentacles. Someone who you saw a future with. Yeah. This is someone from the past, yes. You're welcome, Paula. Absolutely. You're very welcome. SB, if you're in here, can you check in with me, girl? Oh, Pally, you're so sweet. Thank you so much. You're the best. I feel like you're the best. All right, so SB, are you okay if I ask your question aloud? Please let me know. All right. All right. How would Johnny treat SB if they were to reconcile? How would Johnny treat SB if they were to reconcile? Oh my goodness. Knight of Cups. Four of Cups. Eight of Pentacles. All right, so immediately I'm getting devotion. I'm getting romance, devotion, effort, and maybe equal give and take. All right, we have Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So I feel like he's going to want to make sure that you have what you need, that you feel good, that you feel reassured in this relationship. I feel like the big thing is acts of service here. I feel like he wants to provide for you. He wants to make sure that you are happy. And as I say, you are happy. Look at that big ass smile on that person's face. So interesting that this card comes back out again. Seeing you walk away, he's wanting to reconcile, but he's guarded. So I feel like for him, memories being made with you are very important. So I would say top two things are acts of service and quality time. And I just think that he's thinking to himself, I just don't want to ever see her walk away again. I want to make sure that she's happy and that she has what she wants and she needs everything she needs. Why is the Five of Cups here? How will he treat her? Why is the Five of Cups here? I think the other thing is that he's saying I want to support her as well. I want her to feel supported by me and to know that there are things that she is going to have to handle alone or on her own. As far as like decisions that she makes, these are on her to decide, but I will support her every step of the way. I feel like he will want to take you out quite a bit. I think he'll even combine the acts of service with the quality time. Like taking you out on dates is an act of service, but also quality time, right? Even maybe gifts. Gifts might be like the tertiary option here, because I'm seeing like lavishing you with items, with gifts, with things. I feel like he definitely will show his devotion. I don't think he's going to have a wandering eye. I think the second that he commits to you, he's faithful. And I think, honestly, he's saying, whatever you put into this, I will also put into this. So he wants to make sure that you're feeling fulfilled, that he's feeling fulfilled. Yeah, it seems like a good time. I really like dig this energy for you, to be honest. I really like him. Did you have any questions about this? He said, seriously, I deserve it. Yes, you do, girl. Yes, you do. Did it ever show that he's interested in... Wait, did he ever show that he's with someone based on the energy I read today? No. No, but I will say, though, I had this thought in the initial reading that we did. What was your question that you asked? It was when you made that first donation of $20. It was in one of those readings about him where I was kind of like, I think it was where I saw the Two of Pentacles a little bit, because I'm kind of thinking to myself, like, it has been a minute, and I'm like, is he... I don't know why, just like the thought came into my mind of like, could he be talking to someone else? But for him, he's saying things are never really off the table for us. So I almost feel like he's thinking that if he was, let's just say devil's advocate, if he was with someone, but he has the energy of things aren't ever off the table for us, then that means that he's not feeling 100% fulfilled in this connection because he's still thinking of you as a possibility. But no, as far as like the reading itself, the cards that I had, I never got that. No, it's just kind of a thought that came in while I was doing your reading. But yeah. All right, girl. I think I'm going to leave it there. I have gone through everyone on my list. Let me just double check and make sure no other donations have come through. Yeah, nothing else has come through. It's 2 a.m. my time, so I think I am going to go ahead and call it a night and sign off of here. But it was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself and enjoyed your readings with me as well. You're welcome, SB. Have a good rest of your night, and I will talk to you guys later, okay? All right, bye.